mean, our top 16 was consisting of so many rogue decks,
Yeah,
so it does only make sense. But let's not waste any more words. The players are ready, so over to the table we go. Semi-finals, aka top 4, starts now.
So let's see. There we have both the players. We see them just chatting a bit with each other, which is really nice to see. Like, even though there is so much on the line, they're still friendly with each other. And now I'm interested. Who will start? Because we see two very heavy combo decks, and it is very die roll dependent, I think.
Oh, and Erik doesn't even look at his cards, and maybe that is a sign that Dinkabui starts. I mean, he knows. He does not even have any interactions in his DRYTRON deck, so look, he's just laying his hands out. He does not even give Dinkabui the illusion that there could be something. And Dinkabui started off with the Quem.
Yeah, I mean, Quem is a very good normal summon, I think, if you're having the Branded Fusion in your hand.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm not that sure. But here, I mean, I'm sure, like, good Branded players always have the Branded Fusion, you know?
Yeah, also a good point by Ethan Sniper. We can give you the top 4 decks right now. It is not only DRYTRON branded, as you see here, plus the Kashtira deck from Tim, but also there still is a Labyrinth deck, and that is Jack Berma. So we still have 2 of the biggest names of the entire tournament in here with Dinkabui and Jack, and they might meet in the finals.
Yeah, and even though your pick was Dinkabui winning the event, I was going with Labyrinth. And right now, I'm feeling quite confident with Jack Verma being the pilot of the deck.
Sure, yeah, he knows his deck.
But he is up against our Vanity's Fiend player, Tim.
Absolutely. And he knows what he's doing too. So there was Patchwork now, grabbing ourselves, of course, the Edge Imp and the Polymerization. We just activate the Polymerization. Interesting.
Yeah, the thing is, we don't really have access to the Branded Fusion here, I guess. So we are using the Polymerization here to get ourselves the Cartesia back from the graveyard with the effect of Quem.
Totally. So we just summon out Muddragon.
Yeah, we are so desperate that we have to summon Muddragon, which is quite funny, I think, because you don't see that card summoned with Polymerization.
Totally. Absolutely not. I don't think I've seen it ever.
Yeah.
And we are going to use the effect of Edge Imp here, searching out another copy of Polymerization.
Likely for the next turn.
Patchwork, first of all.
Likely for the next turn, because we already used Patchwork this turn.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but let's see. I mean, you already said, like, Erik's only hand drop in the deck is 1 Infinite Imperator, which is the thrust target, and it doesn't look like he drew it.
Okay, there comes Cartesia now.
Yeah. And now let's see. I mean, he can use the Cartesia easily, and could even chain the Muddragon if he wants to use it instead of the Quem or something in hand.
Maybe summoning the Muddragon there early even is a sign by Dinkabui that his hand is so strong that he even wanted to make it more safer by having an option to play around the impermanence, right?
Honestly, I don't think so, because normally if you would, I don't think you can really do that with the Branded deck, because normally you would just go for the Branded Fusion, because now he still loses to Nash Blossom.
Fair, yeah, you're right. So, and also, by the speed that Dinkabui is moving in right now, it's more likely that he has a rough hand where he has to figure out some kind of way to a real solution.
And there we see the thing I was suggesting, using the Cartesia chaining Muddragon to call either Light or Dark to go into Grunginol.
Yeah, seems about right.
And then the question is really, which card does Dinkabui still have in hand? Because I think I see an Edge Imp, which is not optimal.
That would absolutely. He would have drawn his entire Edge Imp engine.
And he is using it, so maybe it's just Dragastapelia? No, it's Magnum, okay.
Ooh, he lost that card. We've seen him play it a bunch, and he summons it here again.
Okay, it looks like, I mean, I think we just go for, I don't know if you could call it like a desperation play, where he just shuffles back the Polymerization to draw a card.
Yeah.
But still, already he has not a big board, but he has some interruptions for the opponent. So it's not like he's left with nothing.
That's true. And I mean, let's just draw Branded Fusion here with our 56 card deck. Nothing easier than drawing Branded Fusion.
Let's see.
Nothing easier than that. I'm calling it. He's just built like that.
I mean, it could also be opening, to be fair, but let's see.
Come on, Car. Don't let me hanging here.
It doesn't look like, does it? I mean, there's the Patchwork in the top of his hand.
Yeah, we knew about that one. We searched that out.
The Edge Imp was discarded, the second one. And now, what is the card here?
Ooh, no more plays. That's going to be it for the turn of Dinkabui. 1 card to the back row.
Yeah.
And that might even be a bluff with the Patchwork.
Yeah.
I didn't see it, but it could potentially be a bluff, of course.
I didn't either, but I really think it's a bluff, because there isn't that many threats Car could have in his hand, because a Branded Red, I don't think it would even be live here directly. I mean, you could get the Quem to the graveyard, and Quem is always...
Look at that, we drew the 1-of Impermanence again. Erik just draws the 1-of Impermanence
but
again.
For turn, likely then.
Yeah, indeed. And we go after the Cartesia.
Okay, the Katisha. I mean, with Katisha gone, the deck loses so much of its potential. And we see, is this Alpha Tribute Zeta? It is Alpha Tribute Zeta.
Of course. Erik has been doing that all weekend long too, so he definitely likes to do that.
And we are now grabbing Benton. And if I would be Ka, I wouldn't be happy with my opener if my opponent starts Alpha Tribute Zeta. And now we see Zeta Tribute Benton. And now, what does Ka really have left?
So maybe DRYTRON is going to be the final rogue deck that Dinkabui is going to go out against. And honestly, he has the tendency of picking up rogue decks that he lost against in the past. So maybe Dinkabui's next rogue deck, his next rogue pet deck, is going to be DRYTRON. I'm calling it now.
By the love of God, please don't let Ka play DRYTRON.
Absolutely. That would be pretty insane. I don't think it's the type of deck that he likes to play, though.
No, probably not. But, I mean, let's see. Because we will go into an extra deck summon here, which is likely Mo Beta. And now, does Ka have anything in Graves so he can trigger Quem? Because I don't think so.
I don't think so either, really.
Because then Magnum is the only interrupt he would have, right?
There goes Beta to the graveyard.
Yeah, I think that's Delta.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Delta. But Delta being sent indicates that we likely have Gamma already in hand. So the one that specials 2 back.
Yeah. They just all look the same, though.
yeah.
Oh, okay, Cyber Emergency. I mean, okay, that's any DRYTRON monster in our hands, so let's just grab that out of our deck, and there we go for Draconids there, though.
Draconids, okay, yeah, that's also kind of interesting, because maybe he still has the Gamma.
Yeah, that's unusual. I think I've never seen this in my life so far. I always saw people adding the regular DRYTRON monsters with Cyber Emergency. Ooh, and there is the Meteonis DRYTRON now.
Yeah, we knew that. And there is the Gamma.
Sure, of course. Ooh, and we immediately summon out the Draconids. Interesting.
Yeah, and Ka needs to read it. And that card, if you don't know, it's quite scary because it can attack all special summon monsters your opponent controls.
Yeah.
And Ka has 2 of them right now.
Yeah, indeed he does. That's pretty scary. And Erik smiles a little there. He knows that card definitely isn't too bad here because it can apply quite a bit of pressure. It can get him into an adventurous position here. And Dinkabui. And that is always a bad sign when Dinkabui has to read cards because he knows like 95% of them.
Yeah, it doesn't indicate that the deck is really popular, right?
Indeed.
Yeah, so let's see. Can Erik really put up an OTK here? I mean, can't just clarify if you really understood the card correctly.
Yeah, let's read again. Come on.
I mean, DRYTRON cards have a lot of text. Let's be fair.
Yeah, absolutely. So Draconids, of course, can attack all special summon monsters.
Draconids, can it also destroy something? Was it like that?
It only is doing the opponent's turn, though.
Only during the
It's an opponent's turn, quick effect. You can banish monsters from your graveyard whose combined attack equal 2,000 or 4,000. Then you can target one face-up card your opponent controls for every one of those and send those cards to the graveyard.
Okay,
but it's just the battle phase for now in his own turn, attacking on the Magnum, I think.
I mean, running over Magnum and Cartesia and then just running with Mu Beta over the Quem, with Ka having 2 cards left in hand, one being Patchwork, I don't know if he can pull it back.
Yeah, it's interesting. And Dinkabui does not even respond. I mean, we had the Imperm on the Cartesia, so we can just take care of all of those now. Yeah, Ka is saying, you cannot attack that monster anymore. That was not special summoned at all. And therefore, we can only attack over the Cartesia, but then the Mubeta Fafti can still take care of the Quem there.
I mean, lucky for Erik that he didn't attack the Quem first.
Yeah, absolutely. So that means Dinkabui is going to go down to 3,800 life points.
Yes, he does.
We use the effect of Meteonis DRYTRON in main phase 2. We can even go for a Zeus now still if we like. If that is an option that Erik wants to go, because we obviously did attack with an Exceed monster there.
Yeah, I don't know if he really wants to though, because still having the 1 material under the Mubeta is maybe even worth more, because he can still just summon back the Benton.
Fair.
And then just go Gamma effect and tribute it. Again.
I mean, yeah, and also we can still go downward, and then we would still end up with 2 materials too. So we can do both things here, which definitely looks reasonable. We go for Benton, and always when Dinkabui is just having a look again at his own hand, I think that's a sign that he is considering to scoop it up. Like, he looked back at his hand. Do I really need to play on with this, or is there really no way I can still turn this around?
Sounds a bit like you have studied Dinkabui.
I did, for a living. I did that. I mean, I've casted so many matches by now.
Fair enough, yeah.
And like him being like definitely one of the greatest players of all time.
Yeah, so let's see. Here is the Gamma tribute the Benton, and we get more and more value of Benton. And now always when Ka looks at his graveyard, I'm not sure if he will just scoop it up in a second.
Yeah, definitely. Like the motions he's giving up here are definitely a sign of maybe considering that for sure. Misfit is making a good point in chat. Beta actually also is a spell trap negate, so
it is.
that is definitely something to consider too. So maybe we just leave that card on the field.
Something we shouldn't forget is also the Cartesia will come back to Ka's hand.
True.
At the end of the turn, and if he somehow has something like Brandon Red, he could also get back the.
Ooh, there's Fucho now.
Oh, Fucho.
Or we just go for a really big Zeus. So we go for best of all worlds, because we go for the big Zeus. We still keep the spell trap negate of Beta Fafnir, and we also still have the quick effect, of course, of that Draconitz on our opponent's turn.
And now we see Ka adding back the Cartesia. The real question is though, what is his top deck? Because if he doesn't draw something like Branded Fusion, so I don't see how he's winning.
Yeah, you are right. So
let's see.
Again, for the third time, Car, don't do this to us. Reading the Draconitz one more time.
Yeah, it's especially like special when Car does it, because then you know, like, because to be honest, I wouldn't know the card in detail either.
Sure.
And especially in top 4, you want to make sure you understand how all the cards work.
That's indeed the case.
So now let's see, does Car have something? Did he top deck Drone Lockbird, or did I? Oh no, he doesn't play it in main deck, so.
No, there's no Drone Lockbird.
Okay, it looked for a second.
Honestly, like his main deck, there's almost no tech cards, right? It's literally all engine that he has in his main deck. I mean, Thrust and Talons, those are like the only cards. Maybe Cold Buy, but besides that, there's nothing.
Yeah, it's a big engine power, but I think that's maybe the right way to play Branded, because
Agreed.
in the deck you need all your cards to put work in to be better.
Yeah, okay, so I think we normal summon the Cartesia and use the effect. We announce the effect, so that's interesting, because we would need to summon with cards from our hand here.
Yeah, I mean, we're allowed to. That's why it's fine. I mean, I don't know, maybe Ka wants to bait Erik into using the Zeus here or something, but I don't know. Oh, we have Herald of the Orange Light on Cartesia.
Baby, that is pretty good. Ka again looking into his hand. Destroying the Cartesia.
Destroyed? Is he scooping it up or not?
No, he's picking his cards back up, so that game is not over yet. I don't know. And also, someone in chat asked, what's the fusion monster?
There is triple Tactics Thrust, but our Beta will just negate the Thrust.
And that is the scoop! The favorite! Goliath is down a game, then Kabui loses game 1 even though he started, and DRYTRON is off to a good start here. Erik smiling once more because he is up against the legend, Din Kabui, and what a start that is for his top 4 experience here.
Yes, I mean, imagine you're picking the DRYTRON deck, then you're going up to top 4 and you're facing the one and only Din Kabui.
Wow.
You're getting a feature match and winning, going second.
Must be nice.
That must feel nice, yeah.
Absolutely. But the thing is, and you can see that also right now in Din Kabui's face cam, he's really calm and collected. He always, even if he loses game 1, will collect himself and be like, hey, I'm still like one of the craziest player of all time, and I know that. So I can just still win game 2 and 3, and it's all Gucci, and we don't even have to talk about it anymore, and then I still go to the finals. So still, this match is, of course, far from over.
Yeah, it's 2 matches, and if I would have to pick maybe a deck that can break boards, it would be the Branded deck.
Yep.
The big problem, though, is if you're already thinking about something like game 3, which is definitely too early now, he's still got to now figure out a way with 57 cards to stop the Chaos at max lock, because we already saw it go before in the feature match from Erik.
Let's not over-accelerate. It's 56 cards only, right? It's only 56 cards.
Sorry.
No, but the thing is, so I had earlier on an interview with Din Kabui because he won the last featured match, and we were talking about matchups for the Branded strategy, and he was mentioning that the good old Branded deck is actually quite solid against back row decks like Labyrinth, for example. That's like a really good matchup. But he was also saying big combo decks are somewhat problematic because breaking those big combo fields with a lot of negates it's not really that easy. And if you get like that Magician of Chaos there, I don't know whether Branded can do anything about it, to be honest.
That's the thing. Normally, I would say a Branded pile is one of the best decks to crack some boards.
Yep.
But if you're playing those big, heavy combo piles where you're really dependent on hand traps,
it's tough.
Yeah, it's tough. And Ka cannot even side that many hand traps, because in 56, you're not seeing 9 hand traps that often. And I don't know if he's even siding 9.
Yeah, you can side of them, of course, but you're just not going to see them as regularly because 56 cards, as you say, the percentage just by pure math is going down so much because the number 15 compared to the number 56 is obviously in relation just pretty low, and therefore it's not going to be an easy task for him to draw side deck cards. But here, first of all, of course, he will be going first, so he does not have to worry about side deck cards as much because his main deck, of course, can already do quite a well job of providing a good field, hopefully a better one in game 1, but we will see that just now as players are ready. Game 2 coming up. And there we are, both players being ready. We are, of course, very ready too.
Yeah, and we know Dinh will likely go first because I would not let the DRYTRON deck go first.
It seems like a pretty interesting plan for sure. Fusion deployment. Okay, so that seems already like a better start than the entire first game, to be honest.
Yeah, and I'll tell you one thing. There is a one-off card sighting which is really crucial here, and it is Bestial Magnitude.
Ooh, true.
And Bestial Magnitude could come in here handy, but first of all, he can start and doesn't need to worry about all those Alpha Tribute Zeta shenanigans because he can start with Skatesia. And there is the patchwork again.
Yeah, and this time, okay, maybe we get Jolt here, or is there even Jolt in the side deck of Erik? No, there's not even Jolt actually.
Yeah. I mean, not even a Jolt is very, very tough for Erik here, I think. And Erik kind of looks like he knew that he will not do a lot in cost turn here.
Yeah, so Ka just probably hopefully going to be able to show us a lot. And I love in those big number branded decks that people are always including Allure of Darkness, because usually you don't have the space in branded for it in those like 40, 42, 43 card decks, but in those big decks it's just a good card to connect all of the different pieces of the deck a little better together, and you have of course great cards you want to banish.
Normally I would agree with you, but here in this case, in the actual format right now, I would be by far too scared of Droll and Lockbird, because you have so many dead cards then if they draw. But maybe with the branded deck, which searches so much with the Albion and so like drawing a card, maybe you have to just accept that Droll and Lockbird will be tough for you.
And we just banished before Navalbas, and it seems like we again just use the effect of Cartesia on the field. So it seems like Dinh Kabui doesn't get access to his branded fusion so consistently.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the disadvantage if you're playing more than 40 cards.
Yep, true.
Accessing your branded fusion is a lot harder, but now he will go for Granguinol with the edge imp, chain blocking the Granguinol, I suggest. And then he might be able to send Albion and maybe get somehow to the branded fusion.
I do believe so. That should absolutely be the case, absolutely be the route he wants to go.
Yeah.
And yep, we go for the chain block, as you said, fetching another copy of Frightful Patchwork to our hand, and then we will see what he's going to send there with the Granguinol. Oh, he puts down his deck. Is he maybe even going to send something from the extra deck here? I don't believe so.
No, I couldn't imagine. But maybe in this situation, if you're thinking about it, I look at Castles and he's only playing one Serenir. And normally your easiest way to branded fusion, if you're having like games like Master Duel where branded fusion is limited, you could get like the Albion into the graveyard and then the Serenir.
Oh, but look at that. He actually did decide to send from the extra deck, and we did send the Albion from our extra deck to the graveyard.
I think that's a really bad sign here, because that maybe means that Ka will go end phase very soon.
Maybe, potentially, but there comes the polymerization with Granguinol and Fallen of Albas. We banished one for Allure, we had another one in our hand. Okay, not too crazy.
Who needs branded fusion if he can hard summon a Mirror Jet, right?
That looked a lot harder than just activating branded fusion, though.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta work for your advantage, right?
Fair enough. And also, one more time, guys, it's pretty amazing that we almost have 700 viewers here that late in the evening. Of course, I can understand that you guys don't want to leave. I mean, it's getting more and more exciting, top 4. And of course, we want to see who's going to take this all down here in the new format. And all those follows as well, guys. Very, very lovely. If you're watching right now, not following the channel, I would highly advise you to do so. So much Yu-Gi-Oh! Content on here, so please don't miss out. But let's not miss out now on the action here with Dinh Kabui.
Because we are now in the end phase with Albion setting a card. And Dinh Kabui is siding one copy of Branded Banishment.
Ooh. But search for opening there.
I mean, I think I saw a super polymerization in Ka's hand.
Potentially,
So he already has a fusion effect, and he really needs to get follow-up for the next turns.
Yep, grabbing back that Cartesia as well. Activating the branded opening now in the end phase.
Oh, we likely go for the Quem in the end phase then.
Yeah, looks good. We do discard the Cartesia we just added back.
Okay.
He will be summoning out Is it going to be Vaquem?
Is it Dequem or is he going
Oh, it looks like
Aluber?
it's Aluber, okay.
But will we still continue playing in the end phase, or will we just pass soon?
First of all, we're going to grab that branded fusion, so that is
Okay,
just
you
follow
really-
up for next turn.
You
okay.
really need to follow up. But I mean, if you're having the super polymerization in your hand, you might feel very safe here.
Yeah, I guess that would be a good line of defense. But now it's over to Erik, and as in game 1, this is not the most scariest field to look at.
But
Let's
is
be
it-
real.
I mean, does Erik have a Dark Rule no more in hand? A one-off?
He is having. Is that a one-off?
Is it even a one-off, or is he not even playing it?
No, that cannot be Dark Roulette.
Oh yeah, okay, then it just looked quite similar because I thought Dark Rule would be horrible against the board.
Yeah. But there is no Dark Roulette. So we start with DRYTRON Nova,
Yeah.
trying to special summon out one from the deck, of course.
Haven't seen that one today from Erik, did we?
Nope, not yet.
Not
That's
yet,
the
but
first time.
it's coming at the right moment, I would say.
Yeah, indeed. There comes Zeta. And what's next for Erik? Alpha Tribute Zeta? Come on, you've done it so many times, so just do it again. Do it one more time for the stream, please.
I mean, Kai has the option to just banish the Zeta here, I would say.
Yeah, indeed he could. Because he, of course, Erik needs 2 names. He needs to put them to work.
Oh, and there is Cyber Emergency, and that means we really have Alpha Tribute Zeta if we want here.
If we want, and I mean, usually that is what DRYTRON players want, and yeah, there is the Alpha coming to our
There
hands.
is the Alpha, and now Ka might reconsider if he want to banish the Zeta, I think.
Yeah, now that the exact information is there, it's definitely a new information that has to be processed and that has to be made a clever decision on.
And if there is one player that can really quickly process information and make a good decision of it, it might be Dinkabui.
Yeah, but look at that. We go for
Like
the
Mirror Jade.
Mirror Jade, banishing the Zeta there.
Also sending you Rindbrom, which is very interesting because I think we have a Fallen of Albus in Graveyard.
We do. We discarded it earlier on. Oh wait, and we actually fusion summoned with it.
Yeah, true. And now, I mean, it looks like Ka still has good interruption.
Indeed he does. Ricky is asking in chat, will there be a VOD available to rewatch the entire tournament? Yes, this VOD will stay on Twitch here, so you can check it out for the next couple of days. And also we will upload matches to YouTube, so definitely make sure to check that out. And exclamation mark YouTube brings you right to my YouTube channel, where also we will upload some deck profiles of the tournament.
Yeah, which might drop quite soon, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, we can't wait with those because those are hot news, so we
Yeah.
have to definitely do that. Okay, so Erik goes on.
We adding Draconis of the Alpha. I mean,
This is his favorite card. He's searching this card every single time. It's crazy.
I mean, if I would always open Benton, I would also search that one. By the way, he went for Alpha Tribute the Gamma in the graveyard, and if he somehow gets to another Zeta, he can still special it.
Yeah, true.
Because it was special of Nova.
You are absolutely correct on that one. And now Erik is considering his options, and we also thinking on whether he has to respond here again. Because of course he now has the graveyard effect of Rindbrom also available to bring back Fawn of Albus, but he does not decide to go for it just yet.
Or is it? Is it an anima?
Looks like anime.
It's an anima, yeah. I mean, Ka didn't play into it, luckily, so yeah. I mean, at this point, you likely already know against which decks you're playing.
Pretty
so,
much.
I mean, if you already know your opponent plays something like DRYTRON, I would.
Oh, but there's Call by the Grave for the Gamma. That's huge. But I mean, still, we did get to discard the Benton.
Tributed Benton even, so we get the effect.
Yeah, exactly, not discarded, but tributed, and therefore we will trigger the effect.
But what are we even grabbing? Because it's not that easy.
Diviner would be the normal summon of choice, maybe here. That's the card that Erik has settled on, and then we can maybe somehow work our way.
I mean, we can go for SP probably.
At least that.
SP is probably our best play, but we know Dinkabui has branded fusion in his hand. Maybe one of the best single cards in the game.
Yeah. Also, let me give you a quick update. There is no SP in the extra deck of Erik, and therefore,
there is not.
maybe if you guys are considering to pick up a budget deck, I will definitely be recording a profile of Erik. So maybe DRYTRON is the deck for you then.
Now the real question though is DRYTRON budget because you don't play SP, or does Erik make it a budget deck by not playing SP?
I mean, following Erik's list then definitely is the way to go. But that is, in fact, you spotted it earlier, super polymerization, and we are going to use it. Discarding Patchwork, fusing with our own Mirror Jade and with the Anima there.
Okay, that's kind of confusing to me, if I'm being honest.
Okay, we go for the Dracostepelia.
Oh, I think I understand. If I remember correctly, you can only control one mirror jade.
Oh, and we picked the cards up, and that must mean that Erik actually is conceded, right? I cannot
Erik
see.
conceding here. Okay, I mean,
Let's double check because I'm not 100% sure myself.
but yeah, the thing though is, I mean, what does Erik really accomplish with the Diviner here? If he just goes normal Diviner, sending, I don't know, an Arclight, he can just add a Ritual Monster. But he was already out of his DRYTRON effect.
Yeah, I mean, there we have it. They are grabbing their side decks. They are continuing with this match. So that absolutely has to mean that Dinh managed to win this game, even though it was not looking bright for him. But we have an equalizer here, and we have another game free on our hands.
Yeah, I feel like all those banishing effects just made it possible that Dinkabui went like removed all the resource loop of the DRYTRON cards.
Totally, totally. So now this also important game number 3. I am curious whether nerfs are going to be a factor here because obviously Dinkabui has played so many big games in his life. He's used to the pressure, so he would most likely not be the person having or showing nerfs here.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, Erik now, with basically the match in his hands, going first with the almighty combo deck, maybe there might be a slight hiccup or something. He would be the one to lose it here at this point, to be honest.
And that's the thing. Like, if I would be at Dinkaboy's position, I would be quite nervous because I would think like my opponent has this crazy big combo deck, and I'm only signing like what about 5 hand traps or 6?
Yep.
I would be really scared. But at this point, Kyle might not even have anything to lose because I'm already expecting like Erik would win this. But it is not over because Kyle
because it is Dinkabui and he can always get the rabbit out of the hole somehow, and he has done it many times before
against Dinkabui. Yeah,
he has done it so many times before, so you can never really rule him out. And maybe one more time, even against the DRYTRON strategy. I mean, just opening, for example, this one Magnamut there in his side deck would be crazy.
I mean, he has one extra Serenity in the main deck, but Magnamut would hit different, to be honest.
Yeah.
Also, he has the Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, which could come in handy.
Yeah. Also, Forbidden Droplet, I think, if you use it in priority on your turn in the draw phase, on the Dynamondo works. So I think
you're right.
Droplet is another card that he can bring in and actually profit off.
Yes, but the thing is, though, we already thought before that Erik is siding the Harpy's Feather Storm. So even if Khan draws one of his hand traps, he cannot be sure that he will have a turn where he can activate stuff.
That is true. So everyone right now asking for a breakdown in chat. We can give you a breakdown of top 4 pretty easily because we see DRYTRON branded, and in the other top 4 match we have Kashtira and Labyrinth.
Yeah.
And then also for the top 16 top card breakdown, the overall top card breakdown, just check out my socials, Instagram or X. It's Lampy YGO overall everywhere, and there is the top 16 breakdown. So have a look there, and you will be provided with all the data you want and all the data you love, and you will not miss out on anything because we did breakdowns of the entire tournament and then also of top 16. And now we will break down this game number 3 that is about to come. So let's go over to the table. This will be the final and deciding game here of the semifinals. So who makes it to the finals? Is it going to be Erik or is it going to be Dinkabui?
Yeah, and as we already mentioned, it looks very good for Erik now. Will he be able to again open Alpha Zeta? Because we shouldn't forget that the DRYTRON deck still needs 2-card combos.
Absolutely. And perfect timing of you guys to drop the primes. Thank you, Talksy. Thank you, whatever, for the primes. And we are very excited.
It is Alpha Tribute Delta.
It's not Alpha Tribute Zeta, but it's still alright, I guess.
I mean, that is close to being as good as Alpha Tribute Zeta. Because,
I would agree.
Because now we can add the good old Cyber Angel Benton. And Benton can then be tributed by Delta, which will make it so that he can get to Mu Beta and then Zeta.
Yep. Totally.
And we see preparation of Riot.
Oh boy, that is looking nice. So Erik has all the weapons that he needs.
Erik really loves his Benton, right?
Yeah, I mean, as I was saying, if you can play triple Benton, it feels illegal to always go Benton into Benton into Benton. It's just so good.
I mean, Benton is really a polarizing card, isn't it?
It is for real. It's for real.
So, and there we just show the Benton again and draw a card. And now I'm interested. What can Erik pick up off the top?
I mean, just whatever card he wants to.
I mean, he isn't so kind to show us which card it was. I mean, that's what we will see later. But I can tell you, he already has good combo here.
Yeah, he is free to combo off for sure.
But Ka is such a professional. Even though he doesn't look like he has something, I wouldn't rule it out. Let's be honest. Like, he could just pick up a Bishil at any part of the combo and just drop it, and we would be surprised.
I do agree. Also, someone in chat is asking where we upload the deck list. So I will for sure upload a couple of deck profiles onto the YouTube, YouTube to get to my YouTube channel. And also on top of that, I am not 100% certain yet because I will also have to travel to German Open tomorrow. But I will try to upload most of the top 16 deck list to my Twitter and to my Instagram through the Neuron format, so you can at least see all of the lists. That's the plan. Let's hope I can catch up on that. But yeah, you are informed now.
Yeah, and then what we have seen just is like that Erik has the Foolish Burial in his hand. So now he has all 4 DRYTRON names in rotation, being able to go Zeta, Tribute, the Nava Benton we have searched, and grabbing the Herald of Orange Light here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and this Orange Light, it could come in really clutch because Dinkabui really has to do something about the lock. And if he is trying to fight it with like a hand trap or so, the Orange Light will be able to negate that and to even destroy.
That is indeed the case.
Yeah. Now here we're summoning back Benton. I mean, I saw that so often already by Erik, and it always looked good. And there we see Tribute summoning Shouju of the Trillion Hand.
Yeah, we had him in his earlier featured match, and once again, Dinkabui needs to read that card. And yeah, with the Trillion Hands Shouju has, it can not only grab 1, but 2 cards from the deck, and he decides
monster and a spell
for the Natasha, and then also most likely just Meteonis.
Oh, it can even search.
You can search 3
No,
cards?
one was of Benton.
Oh, okay. I was
One
like,
of Benton.
I mean, Trillion Hands, sure. We can basically grab our entire deck, right?
I mean, that's so crazy. When I read Shouju the first time, I thought like, yeah, for sure, it will be a pack filler. Because like, normally you have like the Senju or the Manju, like, which are obviously a referation to that.
Yeah.
And if you just know something, then you can search anything there, which is cool. But Shouju being able to search both for 1 tribute normally is worse.
Yeah.
But here in the DRYTRON deck, where you get value of tributing Benton, this is crazy.
It is actually very, very much crazy. There we go, Gamma and also Delta on the field. 5 monsters right now. We are chilling, and we are going strong still.
Yeah, and the worst thing is now, I cannot even hope for an Nibiru for Dinkabui, even if he played it, because Erik searched the Heritage Orange Light.
Yep, he's safe for sure. Now we go for Meteonis DRYTRON.
There is Chaos Max. And I don't know, I mean, Ka had to read the card. I don't know if he knows what's about to happen.
I think he does. He probably has faced this at some point before.
Probably, yeah. But let's see, what is Erik keeping on the field? That's now the question. Okay, we see him like linking off the Gamma and the Mubeta, going for the copy of the Herald.
We do the Herald play again.
And
we saw that
Dynamo
earlier.
under it, right?
Yeah, just the exact same setup that we had in his earlier featured match on round 7. That is a pretty decent setup, and I am pretty sure he's feeling good right now. And I was speculating on maybe Erik having a hiccup, not performing the best combo possible, but that is exactly what he wanted to set up, and he ended on it. He did it successfully, and now it's in the hands of Dinkabui, basically, whether he drew an out to that magician, to that, what's he called? To the Magician of Black Chaos Max lock, basically.
Yeah, another promo card of the 2019 season.
True, they all at some point are just completely insane. You're right.
Yeah, it is crazy, like the value of all those promo cards. So now that's really the question. I mean, to be fair, Erik played his combo through no negates. He was actually actively in the solo mode.
Yep.
But still, he made a good board. He made his board. And now the question is, has Khan out to it? And can Erik afterwards OTK? Because I'm pretty sure he should be able to.
DRYTRON is just known to be very well with OTK. But now, Dinkabui, this maybe is the most entertaining. Look, the way he was drawing the 6th card, he really was wishing for something. And, he was nodding there. Did he just really pick up something? I'm pretty sure by the looks of it, Dinkabui just announced that he wants to think about his priority and draw phase.
I mean, to be honest here, is there any way that the Zeta makes it easier to super poly? Because likely if he does...
Oh, okay. That is branded opening.
Okay.
That is not the card I was anticipating, but maybe we change Droplet. But no, that is Dynamondo, first of all.
Yeah.
Targeting the Magician of Black Chaos.
Oh, I hope the Magician is not a Wen trigger.
And there we go. I don't think it is. We can double check, but I'm pretty sure it's not. Just quickly reading up on the card. Where do I have it? Where do I have it? There it is. If this card is special summon,
Okay,
no, it is a trigger.
Okay, then we're safe.
Yeah, that should just resolve. So we do also activate the
and there we
effect
tribute-
of Magician of Black Chaos, and that is just going to resolve. Yep, Dinkaboy grabbing his deck, resolving the Aluber, but after
Actually,
that,
what did
not
we
doing a
dis-
whole lot more after.
I mean, we just target the Albion, right?
Yep.
And the Chaos Max, does it prevent us from activating effects, or is it negating these effects?
Let's double check
Double
again.
check it again.
So it just says your opponent cannot activate monster
Okay.
effects this turn.
Because that is even worse for him. Because Ka discarded the Albion with the opening, and now a way how I see how he could come back into this game is if he somehow gets to a branded monster in graveyard and the branded red or branded banishment setup.
Absolutely.
But it doesn't look like he can do that easily, right?
So he's thinking about it.
He's
Branded
branded
fusion
fusion.
has been added, but that branded fusion, of course, is not going to have an impact here this turn because no, Dinkap, we did not have an answer to that effect of Chaos Max, and Erik right now looking somewhat chill, to be honest.
Also, if you remember, we talked like a lot of runs ago, that Alexander Hulch, who also faced Erik,
Yep.
could have used the super polymerization on the
Sure.
Herald and the Dynamondo. But I can tell you, Dinkaboy didn't find space for Earth Golem at Ignition. Surprising. I just want to add it. So super poly wasn't even an out.
Yeah, you're right. So now,
Let's see.
what's next? Does Dinkaboy even have anything more?
I mean, he needs a setup.
Oh, he does activate the branded
yeah.
fusion, so at least we can. Okay, I mean, yeah, we can summon out a monster, but it's not going to end up activating its effect.
But maybe we can get to the Desanctifier Dragon, being able to special summon a Fallen of Albus in our opponent's turn.
Yeah, true. You're right. So Dinkaboy just basically trying to set up interaction for the opponent's turn. Yeah, that's all he needs to think about right now, and that all is what he has on his mind here.
Yeah, so let's see. Is he going for the Desanctifier Dragon, or what is he doing? Because there are multiple ways he can do something, but I think like the Albion is just such a good card here. To be honest.
Of course.
So let's see. Can just you see him really thinking through all these lines he can go for, because he feels like we'll be back to the wall, right?
As you were just mentioning him, Alexander Hulch in chat. Shoutouts to him. Still a good feature match he had there. So let's see, and we send that Lubellion to the graveyard. Okay.
Okay, and we're summoning Albion. Okay, I mean we can tribute it off the Lubellion, so we will get some follow up here.
Yeah, but I mean, we cannot activate the effect of Albion in the end phase, right? Because
Well, true, yes, you're right.
we're still
You're right.
not able to activate monster effects. We could summon out the Lubellion, yes, but then we cannot use the effect on the field, so there's nothing really coming out of it.
Yeah, you're right. It doesn't really make anything.
So, by the way, I can give you an update. We are just looking for the second person who makes the finals, because the first person that is going to play it out in there is Jack Verma.
On the Labyrinth strategy.
Indeed, it is.
And what would it be as a final? Dinkaboy versus Jack Verma. But here, Ka really needs to work a lot for it. And he uses the branded in white he had.
Yep, we are fusing with the Albion and also with the other monster from our graveyard.
Yeah, which is effectively Fallen of Albus in the graveyard, the Albion.
Honestly, I think Dinkaboy is really doing a decent job here, because that Mirror Jade is now on the field and will be able to use its effect on the opposing turn.
Battle phase.
Yeah.
So he can clear the board and then has the Mirror Jade left.
Indeed. So, what are we going for? We are going for now also fusion deployment. So, is there somehow a way for Dinkaboy to maybe even go for game here this turn? That would be crazy, right?
No, I cannot imagine. I think the bigger problem is like how are we getting rid of the link without giving our opponent infinite follow-up.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, chat is asking for how much time left. I will quickly contact the judge on that. And then we will give you an update on the timer just in a second.
So let's see. We are special summoning out the Fallen of Albus and normal summoning Cantesia. Dinkaboy committing his whole hand on the board.
Once again, he did that earlier in the latest featured match as well. But we now go into the battle phase. That is
Yeah, really.
3,000 points of damage. So maybe he just wants to get ahead as far as possible in terms of life points here because timeout is close. And I can tell you how close it is because it is exactly 8 minutes away right now.
I mean, let's be fair. Ka has some really good interruptions here.
Yeah, through the lock, which is intended to be a real lock, he did not really even put up that much. So that is going to be quite a bit of damage there to the life points of Erik. And Dinkabui brought himself into a position where now Erik has to work for this win because he, if he wants to move on to the finals, has in 7 minutes to overcome the life points difference of that is going to be even more. Right now, that's 1,900 points of damage, but it's going to be more in just a second. Ooh, he's going down to 1,300.
Oh,
That's
and we
very
know
low.
Dinkabui plays the Masquerade in the expert
That's
deck.
true. If he has access to that, that's huge.
He has the Katila and the Luberon.
True.
So
How?
maybe Dinkabui has the option. To be fair, Erik has, as turn player, the Katila can only be used in the main phase, so Erik can use the first effect. So there he will save 600 life points.
That's true.
And also we have opening to protect it. So this could really be a very close game.
Okay. Dinkabui bringing his opponent down to 1,300 life points. That's crazy. Like, seriously, it's intended to be a lock. But still, anyways, Dinkabui summoned all of those monsters there, has multiple interruptions for his opponent's turn.
Oh,
but there's orange light for Katija.
We forgot that he had the orange light added by the Benton last
Oh my, that is so good. And Dinkabui doesn't like it because he wanted to go for your plan. He wanted to put up Masquerade. And Erik, how would he be doing that? Just because DRYTRON needs to activate multiple effects to even get going. But that now is not an issue anymore, as Masquerade is prevented.
And now I'll tell you one thing. Dinkabui has 4 special summon monsters on the field, and we just added the big DRYTRON.
Yep, Draconid is in hand again.
And there we have the normal summon of Diviner we just added. Sending Elder Entity Antis, targeting Mirror Jade.
So.
And now Duskar kind of has to use the Mirror Jade, I think. Or, oh, he has opening left, of course.
Okay. Chat is saying Katija was the normal summon, but I mean, that doesn't really make a difference because Katija is not on the field anymore, so we can now attack over all of the monsters.
Yeah.
So it's all just fine. Also, once again, chat, so many follows coming in right now. I cannot even thank all of you. Normally, I try to thank every single person, but today there's just so many of you guys following in that I cannot do that.
700 viewers at
you guys are crazy. So let's see whether Erik is also crazy and whether he can bring this home here, because I think he, again, here is in the driver's seat.
And there we have it back. DRYTRON, we meet Yon, special summoning back as a copy of Bantan. And now we'll see. I mean, theoretically, Erik could just go into Psychic and Punisher here with level 5 Diviner.
Not happening. By the way, 4 minutes left, everyone. 4 minutes. So this is going to be close. And this is, by the looks of it, Dynamondo once again.
Yeah, here, Erik really needs to quickly find something. And now he's using Dynamondo. And now Ka's reading it. I hope the Dynamondo targets, because otherwise Ka might have lost his window to activate Mirror Jade, but I think it does. Dynamondo.
I think so too, yeah.
Yeah, because otherwise it would be crazy.
I mean, you are. Oh, wait, does it? Maybe it does not. Let's double check. So, you can target one card on the field. Yeah.
And now he sent you Rindbrom, which is quite good. But the problem is, Ka does not have any card left in his hand. So especially having Fallen of Albus from his graveyard doesn't do anything.
Yeah, and also let's not forget there is Natasha available for Erik, and Natasha is very good at taking monsters from your opponent. So he might step by step take over all of these monsters, but he has to do it quickly because time is running low here.
Yeah, and most importantly, we now just get the Gamma on the board, and so we have like all the bodies we need to just go into all our resource loop again.
Yep, so there is, I think that's Natasha for the first time.
There is Natasha summoned the first time.
Okay, we're gaining some life points, so we are working our way up instead of working Dinkabui down first of all here.
And now it might get funny because we might get like 1,250 life points gained or so, but let's see.
So first of all, he gained 500, bringing himself up to 1,800. So Is it possible, though, you as a DRYTRON expert, my good friend, is it possible to gain like 7,000 life points with Natasha in one turn?
Oh, that would be hard, but I mean, he has the Draconets in hand.
Yeah.
So Draconets with 4,000 attack points, he might be able to. But I don't know if he has enough bandits left for it. But maybe we don't have to, because we just take the Lobellion of our friend Dinkabui.
True.
Gaining 1,250, I guess.
Yeah, we're up to 3,050. We're working our way up, and we continue with another DRYTRON effect in the graveyard. And chat, the DRYTRON experts in chat, Caitlin and Alex, are definitely confirming you can absolutely gain that many life points. No problemo for the DRYTRON strategy. Okay, we do go on. Rank 1 it is. Mubeda Fafnir.
Yeah, and really, Ka does not have anything really left except putting the Albas in defense with the Rindbrom to just survive. Or, I mean, he can also special the Rindbrom back from. Oh no, he cannot.
He wants to take over before Novalbas. Oh no, it is the Alduver first. Okay. Okay, how much time left? Everyone is asking, and that is not going to be a whole lot anymore. I think we are about to approach timeout. I think. Oh wait, no, it's 2 minutes. 2 minutes. You're right.
2 minutes, yeah.
Roughly
there we have Nightmare Unicorn shuffling back, and Ka is now on 0 cards.
And that's me, the honest DRYTRON. We are summoning out the Draconets you were already excited about, and even just going into the battle phase now would already do it, I think. But then there would be danger of
access code. Is that?
Oh, that is access code.
It is access code.
It's effect. Destroying. Yep. Yeah. He is in the battle phase now. We are attacking with all of the monsters. Dinkabui looking at the life points total, and we of course can prevent one attack there with the access code Talkerbow. Oh, but there's Ghostbell to
prevent and Haunted
Mansion. Erik Bergert with DRYTRON moves on to the finals of the HDK. Out of 282 players, a DRYTRON player named Erik makes his way to the finals, defeating the one and only Dinkabui here in top 4.